a kind of, I mean, for the human, and particularly a young human, but at any age, you know, the colossal nature of such a loss of something that's loved and valued, you know, like close relationships like that. That's that's also part of the dance, isn't it? And the grief of that loss of, it's like it's a real experience. And um you know, having touched grief in my own life, um my own version of it is like, then there's the same, if you will, choice, you know, the same fork in the road. Like, do I want to have a fight with this response to the loss, or just allow that to be as it is too? I mean, it is as it is. And you know, I remember going through that experience, my own, you know, deepest grief that I encountered a few years back, and wow, you know, it's so different to feel. There's a one perspective of this event and the grief in response to the event happening to me, like that's one way to encounter it, and we all know what that's like. And then there's this other way to encounter it and feel like what we call grief and heartbreak, and you know, the stuff we all know as humans, like to feel that as life itself, as the aliveness that it actually is, as the mystery that it is, completely changes the experience of it. Because it's it's basically the discovery that it, along with every other phenomena that's encountered, is so radically transcends what we imagine that it is. It is just unthinkable what any experience is, literally unthinkable. And in touching the inconceivable nature of it, the mysterious nature of all experience, just opens up this. It opens us to what I call like the transcendental beauty of everything that's encountered. It's a beauty that has no opposite. It has no, there's no ugly opposite. It's the intrinsic beauty of what is. Even the what can be intensely challenging. The things that you're navigating in your life, like that's where it is. That's where the rubber meets the road of all of this. Like what is it that you're experiencing? From the joys to the sorrows, to the clarity, to the confusion, to the sense of ease, to the sense of unease. I mean, what is all of it? What is all of it? And that can be investigated and felt and explored. And we can discover that in each of those phenomena that are encountered lies infinity. Every single detail of those experiences lies infinity. Every single little detail is the doorway into infinity, because you never look at any detail in your experience. You know, whatever you're feeling right now, look at all the details that make up that experience. And you can say, oh, what, you mean like the sensations that make, sure, you could say sensations, but that's just a word. But what are sensations? You know, what are sensations made of? Well, honestly, you touch something with your hand, you're feeling something, right? It's concrete. I can feel the texture of what I'm touching, right? What is that? What's that texture made of? It's like little crackling, sparkling, fizzing, shimmering, you know, no words, right? For what sensation is. But those details, I mean, you explore the details, and where does that leave you? It leaves you in floating in unknown space, infinity. Every detail, just like that. So all the definitions seem to make things fixed and coherent and nameable and describable and categorizable, but that's a fantasy. Useful sometimes, arguably, but ultimately a fantasy. The fantasy of being able to take infinity and make it finite. That's the fantasy. That's the only real human delusion. imagining that we can actually dumb this down and turn it into something mundane and finite when it's just this exploding infinity, everything.